Hey everyone, it's Hannah from Better Lettering, and today I was going to show you my setup in my new bullet journal, which is the Lemome. So the first few things that I noticed about this is that the pen loop is actually on the binding, and the outside leather is actually really nice. It does have an inside pocket, just like my other bullet journals. And then you can flip it open and you can write your name and contact information on the front page. So as you can see, there's no index or anything, and the pages are dotted but not numbered. And there's only one bookmark for this one. So I'm going to get right started. And the first thing I'm going to do is my looking ahead page, which I had in my last bullet journal as well. This has the calendar year, and then I write all of my upcoming dates below it. So I'm going to start out using my Ecoline liquid watercolor for this, and I'm going to just jump right in. I'm going to also use my Pentel Aquash brush. The pages in the Lemome are pretty thick, and so they held up pretty well with the watercolor, but I also did not really soak them. And then the other product that I like to use is the Micron Pigma pens, and I use these all throughout my journal. They are archival ink, so they won't fade over time. I decided to keep it pretty simple for this bullet journal and not do a ton of doodles, but do more of the watercolor washes, which I think are really pretty. Then I also have my Uniball Signo Gold pen, which I'm going to be writing over top of the watercolor with, and I really like the effect of this pen, and it writes really smoothly, and I'm going to do some faux calligraphy. I'll just go back through and erase the pencil marks that I have. Once you go over your pencil with watercolor, it's very hard to erase, and a lot of times you can't. So just keep that in mind if you're doing what I did. And then I have my birthdays and holidays spread, which I'm doing a little bit different this time around. It's not as complicated. It's really easy, and I'm just doing boxes for each month. And then I really only keep track of our family's birthdays because I find that easier, and Facebook reminds me of all the other ones. And I'm going to do the same color palette, so the blue and the gold for this as well. And now I have my exercise spread, which I'm not positive what I'm going to put in there yet, but I knew I wanted a spread for it. I think I'm going to wait until I purchase a exercise program postpartum instead of doing my prenatal one in here. So I'm doing the same watercolor spread with that as well. And then I have a page for our favorite meals, and I just decided to erase these once I did it so that I could kind of go back and do it, because like I said, the pencil's really hard to erase afterwards. So I have a books to read spread and a YouTube video ideas spread, and I'm putting this paper in between just so that it can kind of dry fully. And then I also have blog post ideas. So now I'll go back. This one is already dry, and I'm going to letter in what I wanted, and then I just have a quick little floral that I will draw as well. And these ones will not have any gold in them. I'm just going to do the black over top of my watercolor wash. And YouTube is the only one I did different, just because, you know, it's YouTube and it's red, so I had to. I will list all the materials that I used down below of this video, so if you're interested in the colors that I used or anything, just check down there. And then I will fill in these spreads later. I just wanted to get the actual content down on here, and then I can kind of fill it in as I go. And now I'm into my June spread, and I'm going to change colors. I'm going to do like a minty green or a pastel green. And so I have my calendar on the very cover page, and then I have a box for events coming up this month that I need to remember, so that I don't need to necessarily flip to the looking ahead page. I have it right on my cover page, and this has worked really well for me. And then I like to do a quote on the cover page as well. It just makes it pretty. So I also am doing just a cool little geometric shapes theme for this month, keeping it very simple as I didn't want to spend a lot of time focused on this. And the quote that I chose says, either you run the day or the day runs you. So just kind of a reminder of staying in control of what happens for my week, I guess, or for the month. Going to put a piece of paper in here and let that dry, as well as I go to a couple other pages. I will have a quotes page and a thoughts page. The quotes page, I just like to collect quotes that I like throughout the month, because I have a hand lettering Instagram page and I'm always looking for good quotes. And then the thoughts I can just go back to throughout the month if there's anything that I wanted to remember or write down. Like I said, I'm keeping it very simple. And now this is going to be my weekly spread. And I just do boxes for each day of the week and combine the weekend. And then on the other page, I have the month overview. And then I will be putting my habit tracker in there, which for my habit tracker, I do personal things and I do household tasks that need to be done every day so that I don't need to rewrite them into each of my dailies. And I might switch up my habit tracker and do a monthly one later on. I'm not really sure. The weekly one has been working pretty well for me. And so then I usually leave the next 2 pages for my dailies, and that's normally all it really takes for me. So I use about 4 pages front, back, if that makes sense, for my whole week, and that has worked really well, and I don't really need any more space for that. So just a quick flip through for you. I have my looking ahead spread. I just love how that gold came out and how it shines. Then my birthdays and holidays spread. This will be my bill tracker spread and the payday spread that I have not filled out yet. My exercise spread, which I left a couple pages for, and date ideas, favorite meals, books to read, YouTube, and blog ideas. And then once again, my June cover page and my June weekly. Thanks so much for stopping by and watching. If you like this video,